You're listening to Traumedy, the podcast that helps you transmute your trauma with comedy. Yeah. Take your trauma, take your pain, and play with it. That's what Charlie Chaplin said. I'm Nancy Norton. I'm studying therapeutic humor. I'm a comedian. I'm a former nurse. And as you know, I got out of healthcare for the same reason a lot of you got into it, to save lives. You are welcome. I'm doing my best to save lives with humor now. I'm healing with humor. Feel the healing. Oh, I'm doing Radio Reiki. Welcome to the Radio Reiki broadcast. It's Nancy Norton. I am a stand-up comedian. I'm a keynote speaker. I talk about the power of humor, why we need it. I love going to healthcare conferences, business conferences. We talk about all the benefits of humor. Traumedy is just one of the things that helps. Traumedy is not a replacement for trauma therapy, but it will help you get by between sessions. You are in for a special treat this week. We have a polyamorous quad on the program. You heard me right. Polyamorous quad. I said it. It's a quad. And what a wonderful quad it is. This is part 2 of the quad on the pod. We were just getting to know them last week, and we wanted to go into a little bit more about some of the traumedy healing that's happening with the quad and other ideas that have come up when you shift out of the paradigm of coupling.
The second part of the podcast is going to get intense.
Enjoy this week's episode, part 2, the quad on the Traumedy Pod.
This is such a cool experience too. Like, we've been looking forward to this so much as a quad. Like, just the memory of doing this, we've been really excited. So thanks for having us.
I am so honored. I was so tickled when the last time I saw you when we were at that, whatever that place was in Wellington.
That was where you worked. Do you remember that you worked some witch magic on me that night, right before I went up?
Right.
You just gave me a little bit of advice right before I went up about letting go, and it was great. It was like one of my favorite sets.
It was. Did you get any recording of it or anything? Or
I have it on my phone.
That's nice.
Yeah, I was able to. I listened. I obsessively listen to anything, so I will listen to this podcast like 5 times probably.
Give it 5 stars.
Yes.
Subscribe.
Will do.
Absolutely.
I'm doubling my listeners by having you on. So this is great. I haven't even done any marketing on it yet. So that's share, like, subscribe the Traumedy podcast, because people need to hear this. We need to get the reach out there. That's what it's about.
I'm sure the term quad, or the concept, will be a draw.
I think so too. I mean, I think it's wonderful that y'all wanted to share. And then I just felt this lovely connection with you the last time we all were together. All right. Hey, we better start this. Here we go. Welcome back to Traumedy Part 2 with the quad. I love that. The quad. What are you? The night sluts.
The night sluts.
Yeah, the night sluts.
The night sluts last night.
Okay.
Oh,
right.
yeah. Last night was a good one.
That was a good one.
It was a good one.
The stars aligned.
The stars, they do.
And the pheromones.
Yep.
Our calendars aligned.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? You asked about schedules when we started, and that'll get in the way.
Yeah.
But the schedule's aligned.
The schedule's aligned. And what about the rhythm? I know that with women, back in the day, I had ovaries that ovulate. I mean, I used to have eggs that released. Anyway, the point is, periods.
I wish I didn't.
Well, it'll happen.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
It's coming.
Hang in there. Hang in there. You two can be shooting out puffs of smoke out of your ovaries.
We were just talking about perimenopause last night.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway. Yeah. Perimenopause. Traumedy, sponsored by Perimenopause.
And Ashley, the occupational therapist, pelvic floor specialty.
Oh, that's where we bonded.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's all coming back to me. Do you know, since we talked, I just had some physical therapy. Oh, my God. Oh, Nance, got the old grandma voice. How is it my vagina can be this dry and my throat so wet? But it's a squeaker. Are those bed springs? Why, no. Okay. Meanwhile, across town, part 2 with the quad. We are curious. I'm curious about how finding this quad may or may not have helped heal relationship trauma, family trauma. Does it give you room to be more your authentic self? I don't know. That's a broad introduction.
I hope you're ready to repeat those questions.
Yeah. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, choosing this quad, has it helped you transcend some trauma?
Yeah, so I talk about this all the time with people. I don't know. So the first, I'm going to try to do this as concisely as possible, but I wouldn't say that necessarily the quad itself, but getting into becoming non-monogamous.
Okay.
My whole life, I hated monogamy. It never made sense to me, but I'm from a very strict Catholic kind of upbringing, Midwest, very standard. It literally didn't register that there was another option ever. And so when Bandy and I became non-monogamous, one of the first things that happened was that I'm always very open about this. Like, I've always had a lot of suicidal ideation my whole life since I was a little kid. And that went away almost overnight. Like, to the point of, like, I can literally say that before I was non-monogamous, I was suicidal, and then I just wasn't. And a huge part of that, I think, is because I always had so much guilt for feeling like I was just a piece of shit. Like, why can't I just love one person? Why do I want to go have sex with all these people? Like, all of those, so the deprogramming of that. And that's why everything that I do in non-monogamy, whether it's like a swinging thing or dating or just our day-to-day lives, it's all constant empowerment to me. So I feel empowered while that's all getting deprogrammed.
It's validation.
Yeah, and validation for sure. Like, just being like, oh, okay, I'm not crazy. Like,
yes.
And then really just feeling like I wasn't doing anything wrong. You're not wrong if you feel those ways, but it can be really, really hard to feel it.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that, because I feel like, what do we all want? To feel known, loved, and celebrated. Mm-hmm. And then what did we mostly get? Not feeling known and shamed. Mm-hmm. I mean, at least my experience, especially around religion, or even just in the paradigm, even in just this coupling paradigm and monogamy paradigm. That's so amazing. That is such an important part of who you are, that you felt like a bad person, Yeah,
and it was never conscious. I wasn't like, I'm going to kill myself because I'm a bad person in this way. I to be 100% honest, I was just like, kind of always wanted to kill myself for, one reason or another, whatever. So I wasn't even aware of that until it went away. And then I was like, oh man, a ton of that must have been tied to this.
This is what, you don't know till it's lifted.
Yeah.
And that's the variable that you feel lifted it. Thank you for sharing that. That makes perfect sense to me.
I love you.
Thanks. I love you too.
Oh, I love witnessing your love.
There. Follow that.
Wow. Well, I was going to bring up D-Ron, so I guess we'll just go on that theme of death and grief. Right after we spent that, 4 or 5 days in a row together when we all first met, shortly after that, we found out that Willie's best friend died in a tragic accident. Mm. And they just took over. They cooked us food. They watched our dogs while we were gone. They checked in with us every day. And we had only known them like maybe a month when it happened. And we felt so loved and supported in a time of real chaos. So yeah, I think that's why we love the idea of this podcast so much, because trauma and comedy have really made the quad. I feel like they're definitely pillars of what makes us work.
The word pillars came to me earlier and I didn't share it, but there's something about the quad and the pillar that I feel that strength, that we all want someone in our corner, and to have 2 extra corners is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
2 extra corners.
And we hold each other accountable in such healthy ways, and we don't even have to do it, because I think we all understand each other's expectations and we understand each other's lines of thinking, and we all just want to be better people for each other.
And I'll bet you it seems like, because of the safety, that you can be better people yourself. I mean, better is
as
abstract
individuals.
term, but
yeah.
but to be, I think, be more yourself. Like you can risk showing more your authentic selves because it's a safe place to do that.
Yeah, it's made me such a better person. I think about that all the time too, that just being, and part of that is the accountability. There is a healthy accountability where I think when you're just in a regular 2-person monogamous relationship, you can kind of ignore the bad parts of you can seep out and it becomes normalized. And that that's a lot harder to do in a quad. It's harder to just put up with bad behavior. Or at least for myself.
Yeah.
Like I noticed my own bad behavior more as part of the quad. And so I'm able to identify it quicker and stop it quicker.
It affects more people.
Yeah.
And then
you're becoming more accountable, and like the awareness is more real.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you say that again, Willie? Closer.
You're becoming more accountable, and the awareness is more real.
Yeah. There's a very unexpected but like very powerful positive aspect of this for me. Is that?
Well, one of the books I've always wanted to read with a partner is called Conscious Loving. And the premise of the book is that in this paradigm of our culture, it's all about power. And so every relationship ultimately breaks down into a power struggle is the premise. And then the idea of the book is if you could just speak your impeccable truth down to the minutia of how I'm feeling in my body, or this is making me like, I just feel like this is a much more conscious relationship. And if you're in a couple, I can, at least I've been married twice, 11 years each time, once to a woman, once to a man. And I am a recovering codependent and an adult child. So I can say for myself, I was not in my highest consciousness. You know, I was a lot in reactivity and a lot operating from a child's point of view, I guess. But I could just see in the coupling, it just feels like there's a staticness, or I don't know. I'm just picturing almost like two balls on a chain. Like, I know that's the old ball and chain. I don't know, but I'm just picturing it like it doesn't move the way that I could see the fluidity of a relationship like this. Almost like I'm picturing it, almost like a spiral where, as you go around and around, you're spiraling upward. I don't know. I'm just picturing.
Like an MC Escher.
Yes. Yes.
Help me out, you guys. I'm so old. I don't even know what this is.
That picture where there's a bunch of staircases going in every direction. There's people like walking upside
I thought
down.
That,
and
I swear to God, I thought you were naming a musical artist. I was like, they're naming something from a different generation. I don't know.
That's
Like,
Usher, and he's pretty cool.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, but yes, I know what you're talking. Oh, yeah, those are so cool. Yeah. Well, anyway, I mean, again, projection, I don't know. But were you starting to get a little static in the coupling that you were wanting to crack open something? Or I don't know. I'm going back before
we met each other?
Before you met each other or started opening to non-monogamy.
I feel like Ashley, in our relationship, we were monogamous, married for I don't know what, 9 years before 8 before we met them. To answer that question, I get the feeling maybe we felt like we were like those two balls, like kind of just fight. Not that we're fighting each other, but like the social structure of it all, or what we were taught. And we're young still, and she brought this up to me. This is where I'm gonna go on a tangent. I'm gonna bring it all the way back, but she brought this up to me on we were out on the lake on a boat, and she was like, hey, in front of a friend, she was like, hey, what do you think about trying this out? And I was like, what does it mean? She's like, oh, I'll go on this app and we'll look for someone. I was like, sure, of course. At that moment, there was a little sting to me, but I knew that sting came from a dark place that I was uncomfortable with. I was a very jealous person before this. And I've told a lot of people that know me or close to me have heard this story. But there's a sense of jealousy that was so much that I was uncomfortable with. And when she brought this up, I was aware that maybe it's not the most comfortable thing for me to try in the moment, but also I don't own her. And if she's interested in something and I would just be like, hey, no, I don't want to do this. Like, of course it's going to be a dark spiral. And I wanted to take on the my own insecurity and the problem I had with jealousy. I hated that feeling of jealousy.
Yeah, I hate
does
it
not
too.
feel
I
good.
have it right now, and I'm like, this is something that's up to be healed for me. I feel
Yeah, and
because there's something a sense of lack or
It feels ugly.
fear
It's ugly,
of
it's
loss,
dark,
right?
yeah.
Fear of loss, or I'm not as special, or something.
yeah,
There's
and
always something deeper than the jealousy.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so
Yeah, too.
throughout our whole relationship, I've had several different moments of jealousy, typically with like a good friend of mine that maybe get close to Ashley, or it's a good friend of hers. And I would just feel like, oh, she's like, I could just see like, butterflies and like rainbows. And she was just enamored with these people, and I would feel threatened. And it was a gross feeling
I
to
know.
feel that way when this was someone who I love and trust. And so part of this whole thing of taking this on, I was like, I want to do this, and I want to challenge that part of me that I don't like about me.
I so admire that.
And so I probably listened to over 100 hours of podcasts. I was like listening to audiobooks. I was reading stuff all about polyamory to try and understand like the healthy side of it and how to exist in it and how to begin or how to enter that world. And it helped for sure. It definitely helped. And I can say without a doubt now jealousy. It's okay to be jealous. It's healthy. There's a healthy amount of jealousy to have in any situation. That's why we all have it. But I can say that I'm not toxically jealous anymore, and I'm a much, much, much happier, better person for it.
I'm so happy for you, and I would like. Didn't you share any insights with me? Because I'm embarrassed to tell y'all that this new boyfriend I have, who is so sweet and so effusive, and I really know there's a lie that's going on in me that I just feel like there's a core lie that if I'm not special to him, then I'm nothing. And that makes me want to cry.
It's so easy to create a negative narrative.
I think that's a childhood wound of, the name of my album is 4th of 3, which is my birth order, right? The 4th of 3 that were wanted. And so how did you transcend toxic jealousy? Because I feel like most people listening to this have been in relationships where someone has cheated on you and you felt betrayed. And that was just like the worst thing that ever happened, that they went with somebody else behind your back or even in your front.
Or that they...
Especially in the front.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mandy.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry.
Well, we're talking about transcending toxic jealousy, and Willie did it.
Or people who have tried non-monogamy or, thought that they wanted to try it, but jealousy got in a way and stopped them and interrupted their journey.
I feel like I am the weakest link on that. Like,
well, I think it's super common. If any of us had stopped the first time that hard jealousy came up, then we wouldn't be here. Like that's part of why this works. Also, in the non-monogamy world, a quad is the true like unicorn. It's what we have is the most rare thing. When you tell other polyamorous people that you're in it, people are just like, "What the hell?"
Especially
no one's
from
ever heard of a
such
quad
an
lasting
organic
more than 6
standpoint,
months, and but you have to there's so much work
There's
that
a lot of
went
work.
into it. We all did at different times too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's but I'm saying that to say like what I think what you feel is like so natural.
Well, I really appreciate him, Willie, and you, Pogue, too, saying that, because I do feel a lot of shame around it. Like I shouldn't feel this way, and then I react to it and say something. Like literally, we were just out dancing last night, and my nephew was dancing with this adorable girl, and I go, "She's so adorable," and he goes, "I know." And I got so like in his face going, "I know, I want to fuck her so bad right now." I was like, what a bitch, like I did that, y'all. I did that to my boyfriend last night dancing.
Oh, no.
And I know I have to live with it. And then he's like, he's all disoriented because I am sick. That's a sickness. That's like something I need to take to trauma therapy. But what?
Well, it probably looks really
But I'm
funny
like,
when
did you have to say, "I know," like that? Or what's wrong with me that I can't hear him be like, "I know"?
I think the fact that you're aware is literally like you're good. But no, you're on the right track. But I was aware as well, and like I just because I listened to all those podcasts and read all that stuff and I learned about it, I was triggered over and over. Like, it wasn't just like, okay, now we're polyamorous and we're good. And I did all this research and I get it now. Like, there was like a solid year of hurt. And like, when I say hurt, I mean like it was work. Like it was hurt. It was hurting like the part of me that I didn't like.
Yeah.
I worked through all that and you, I don't know, it just takes time, it takes patience, and it takes what's your goal? Are you trying to get, do you want to be a less jealous person? Do you want to be a better person? I think all of us as a quad want to always be better and do better and be good people morally. I don't know where I'm going with all this.
Well, kind
No, I think
and
that's
kind.
like
I
why
know,
it works.
Well, and I was unkind, and I was like shame, like that was I was shaming him, like he did something really, bad, and I just have to live with that. But I also just want to. I mean, what is that? Where I was like, could you? I was like trying to. Could you say, I know? Like, does that? I don't know.
Yeah.
But why can't I just let him express that fully?
Well, I think that all comes from fear. I mean, all jealousy comes from fear.
Yeah.
I know. But like I had when we started this, like sexual monogamy has never made any sense to me. So like the sexual side of any of this has been the easiest thing in the world for me. Just naturally, I'm totally fine with it.
I call me and Pogue the slutty half.
Yeah, that's a good, I mean, really, like it's just I don't blink an eye. But then when it 6-7 months in, when we all started to feel a more deeper sense of like actual romantic love, that was the hardest thing that I've ever gone through, and it is almost the exact same thing, which I didn't even really know the depth that Willie had gone through struggling with that. I had an idea, but when I went through it, then I was like, oh, this is like basically what Willie went through. I'm now going through it on a different side. And it was the same thing. It's just fear. It comes sexual. I have no fear about sexual ownership or whatever.
Yeah.
He's Roman.
But when they came to like anything about the heart and emotion, then I don't know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm looking at childhood wounds. For me, is core beliefs like I'm not enough. I'm ugly. Like, that hurts so bad. Like, because I feel special, but then it's like, oh, that can't take away the specialness. Like, guys, help me process this.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? I think feeling ugly is really hard. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as a jealous person that is always working on my jealousy, it all comes for me is I am not perfect, and I get wounded very easily. I'm very sensitive, and I still struggle so much with jealousy, and something that really helps is being more in tune with my body, breath work first.
Oh yeah,
Take a
we were
big
talking
breath.
about let's do a parasympathetic reset.
So sometimes when I'm feeling heightened, I want to check in with my body first, because my mind will start to spiral into those negative feelings that for me stem from childhood of not being wanted and not feeling. I was a tomboy, and when people would give me attention, I would cry because it was something that I so desperately wanted, but I didn't know how to receive it. And so I struggle with jealousy, but it's a thing that it's like what Willie said, it's so ugly, it makes you feel gross. And so for me, I look at the person in front of me and I ask in my mind, are you trying to hurt me right now? And the answer from them is always no.
Yeah. And I know that's the case.
That's
with
the
this
answer.
guy. I know he's not trying to hurt me.
So
but there's something in me like he's trying to say, you're less desirable.
Yeah.
I don't even want to point at you when I say that.
Oh yeah.
I'll point it at imaginary. But like you're less desirable. You're less valued. You're less wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, but really that's just coming from you.
That's from an
you.
old childhood wound.
Yeah.
So you have to be mad at yourself and not him.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's easy to put it on another
Can
person.
I just be mad at my mom?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I
100%.
don't think it's you. It's whoever did that to you. Just like
Yeah.
all of us have that. Our trauma.
Yeah.
We're responsible for managing it, but we're not responsible for creating
Right.
our trauma. For most of it. At least.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's exceptions, but
But I do hear what you're saying. It is mine to heal. I mean, my mom is dead, and so is my dad. But
you're still here, so you're working through but you have to work through the wounds that they left.
Right. And I keep thinking
so
I've done that. And then it, like, I'm so embarrassed, like how strong that felt. Like that he was saying, like, it really felt like he was saying, fuck you to me. Not that he was saying, she's adorable. It felt like you're saying, you're not. That's what I felt he was saying. And that's the insanity, right?
And really, there was probably something deeper where he was just trying to connect with you, or, you know, something maybe not malicious in that way. I would probably bet that there wasn't, you know, anything.
No, and he does have a pattern of talking a lot about attractive women to me, a lot. Like, and then we had a thing where one of my best friends, we were doing a show together, and a water main broke, and I didn't get to do my set, and I had set up these 4K cameras for that one, and I was like, she got to record it. I was jealous. I was like, oh, she got to record it on there, and I didn't, because we had to evacuate the building. I'm just telling you, I'm just like, true confessions of a jealous person, because this I really feel is important. Man, this is the gift that you've gotten to transcend that. I believe it's self-hate that you're transcending, because I was so jealous of her in that moment, but I was like, you know, I was comforting myself around it. Like, that's normal. Like, I was like, I really wanted to be in front of it. It was at that 500 seat theater. My friend sold out this beautiful 500 seat theater. We arranged these cameras. The water main broke in Lone Tree. Our sprinklers aren't working, so we have to evacuate the building. I'm like, no. But anyway, we're standing outside because it was like a fire safety, right? Because the sprinklers. So we're all standing around outside, sort of. I'm still in denial. I'm still like, we could have gone another 30 minutes. God damn it, you know. And then I was saying out loud, I'm just jealous that, you know, Stephanie got to perform and I didn't. And my boyfriend goes, yeah, and she was hot. Okay, and I was well,
that's bad timing.
I know, I was already raw and wounded. And then I just seethed all the way home. Like, I had to look at my phone so I wouldn't act out. Like, I was like, don't act out, Virginia Vengeance.
Oh yeah, don't blame me there.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I think timing has a little.
Yeah, he fucked up. I want to go ahead.
Yeah.
That was a pretty hard fuck up on his part.
But he's a gentle, beautiful soul. He was just trying to make a joke about fire, and she is hot. And I do love my friend. I love her, and I do.
Oh, see, I was so mad for you. I didn't even catch the joke.
Oh yeah, and I checked in with her, and she goes, "I just heard that, you know, I didn't take it." Like, well, I don't even know though. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. And then when I did finally talk to him about it a week later, he felt so, like, he actually had to sit down. He was like so shocked that I had this experience. And then he cried. He was like, I only want to support you. And I just can't believe that. He just, because I guess he has no jealousy, or maybe I was just like,
some people are wildly, like, if you're a jealous person, you forget that some people just don't have it in them. Like, some people are just naturally not jealous. I don't know if it's from my upbringing. I don't know. I can't tell you where it came along, but and to be honest, like, I wasn't like a jealous person in like in a sense of like, oh, this person's. I mean, I was probably a little bit above average. Like, oh, this person's doing this. I wish I was doing that. But it was more like relationship related. It was more like partner, like jealous of losing a partner to something. But no, I think it's a weird feeling when you meet or you interact with someone who you have this jealous feeling and they just don't have it. But
yeah, I really don't think he had. I don't think he does, or whatever. He just
he had a great upbringing.
Well, he also, you know what? But here's what I have to own. What if that's projection on my part? Because no, he's like, I have never cheated on anyone. I have always been loyal, and I'm like, I haven't. I totally cheated on my ex-husband. He cheated on me. We found our thrills. Like, part of it was the cheating that was exciting. I have to own that, right? But then, so that I do wonder if it's projection on my part.
So that's another good thing that kind of ties in with the Quad and non-monogamy, is that in monogamous relationships, a lot of the time you're trying to pretend you don't feel these things that you're feeling for other people.
Yeah.
And it's very freeing. Like, I don't just go around telling Bandy or Ashley, like, look at how hot that chick is. We'll say that to each other. And it just feels good to be able to express and not pretend like I don't find other women attractive, because I've been in those relationships and that's insane. It's insane to pretend that. It's insane to never acknowledge that with each other. And I think for a lot of couples, that is what ends up, again, it's repressing that, ends up turning into really bad behavior. Where if you're at least, it doesn't mean you have to be non-monogamous, but having the freedom to say, I'm really attracted to other people, or look at this person and share that, or whatever.
And I know that
you got to be able to find those things, of course. But
that's perfectly normal. I'm just having a little epiphany, thanks to you all, that I wonder, like you, Pogue, like I think I've had a lot of monogamy shame that I don't know that I am wired that way. And that I have cognitive dissonance around that, because there's a part of me that really embraces that paradigm, and that is the illusion of I'm coupled and somehow secure, the illusion of security with it. I don't know. And then this boyfriend is that he's clearly does not, because after interviewing Cody and now y'all, I'm like, there's a part of me thinking about opening up to this idea. I mean, obviously I have to do some work on this jealousy shit. But maybe it is about projection, because if it's like, wait, he says he wants monogamy, but maybe not secretly, I'm saying it out loud, I don't, but I don't want to lose him. But then he's talking about, I don't know, I'm getting lost in there.
I think the strongest tool in all of this is communication. And I don't feel like I don't feel like I can ever over communicate, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I will say what I'm feeling, and I'll say it over and over and over again, and I will ask for help, or I'll ask for advice,
clarifying questions.
Yeah, and because I get confused, and I'm on my own in my head. I don't like to be in my head with thoughts.
Yeah,
so
I'm with you.
All my friends and all my partners, and especially the Quad, they are all my therapists, whether they like it or not. I lean on them for advice and information. I think that's was a great way to get me out of that, and help you through those feelings you're having in their heart, creating those dark narratives,
and not shaming you for needing to process out loud. And now you've got 3 people that can hear you, which is, I mean, if you have a high need to feel heard, which is one of my highest needs, obviously, that's why I do stand up. I need to feel heard. And that is from, an infant trauma of not feeling heard, right? Or childhood, and on and on. So that's so cool too, that you know this about yourself and they all know it. And I'm seeing Ashley just nodding over and over because she knows you so well. And I hear her saying it in such a loving and acknowledging way, like, this is who you are and it is okay. And I have been so shamed my whole life for talking too much.
Yeah.
So, but that's probably because I didn't feel heard. I think once I feel heard, I don't need to talk as much, maybe.
Well, and that's if anybody listening to this, or at any time, if you're thinking about trying non-monogamy, and that's what a lot of people think is let's try it. I would say the only good piece of advice that I've come to in this time is drag your jealousy out into the light first. Don't deal with it later, or if you think you're not going to be jealous, you're fucking wrong. And that's going to come. And I've seen it happen so many times now where couples will be like, this is going to be a fun thing that we try. And it just destroys them, just completely destroys them.
Okay. I really appreciate you both saying that it is a normal feeling and it is something to be acknowledged and not to be put, don't stuff it and don't pretend it's not there, because then it kind of probably builds bigger.
Or some people think this kind of stuff is going to fix their relationship. And it's the same as when people think having a kid is going to fix their relationship. It's always going to have the opposite effect. If you got a problem in your relationship, this will destroy it,
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, because we all had problems we didn't really know that we had.
Right. It's going to bring out every problem you have
really
will be brought
on
out.
top of that.
Yeah. But we all walked into it hey, all right, this is cool. We're in a good place. This is going to be fun. And then there's all these problems anyway. So if there's glaring problems already, address that shit first,
I love that. I want to hear. Let's hear the problems that you discovered. Bandy, I feel you've been wanting to say something. But
I was just going to say for what you were saying with your partner and the jealousy, and I was just thinking that I've been dating Pogue much longer, and so those feelings, it was I would find myself having new like feelings of jealousy with related to Willie, and I had worked through them with, Pogue. And so what I was just going to say, the thing that has helped me the most with that is just communication. Pogue and I know each other so well. He can look at me and he's like, something's wrong with you. What's going on? And then that's just how Willie and Ashley, they're like, you remember that one thing? And they're not even really saying a thing, but they know exactly what they're talking about. So we each had those dynamics with each other, but not necessarily like Pogue and Ashley and me and Willie. So you're in a new relationship. And what I was going to say, the thing that like kind of unlocked, it's like communication. I've just learned like, okay, if I just come at it like, hey, I'm feeling really vulnerable and a little insecure about this. Do you mind just like kind of, I definitely need a little bit of extra love and compliments. And I'll say, I just say like, yeah, I just feel like I'm being a little bit extra baby and so maybe that is something, there's like a bridge to vulnerability with your partner in those moments or shortly after. So you don't create those narratives of he's being a dick or he's trying to be insensitive towards me. I just could relate to you in that moment because you're just like, you're still learning his communication style and he's still learning yours. And maybe you can just be vulnerable and say like, hey, I do have insecurity about this, and this, but I'm working on it. I'm really trying and I would really like support here, comfort here, but also know that I'm working to get out of that. And that really helps me with them too. Like, I don't know why I went on that tangent.
I love that. I love everything you said. And I love the bridge to vulnerability. That's a great, and I'm doing air quotes for the home listener. And that, now does that mean, I just told you about a air quotes trauma I had recently, but when somebody introduced me as the talent in the air quotes. Okay. But the bridge to vulnerability, I love that. I love that. And you're right. The more that I can say, like what would have been really healthy if I wasn't, like I was sharing earlier, I'm doing this inner family systems work where my inner baby is so insecure and so wounded. And anytime she gets like at all scared, hurt, then my inner teenager steps in, Virginia Vengeance, who like is like this, like she's just flipping people off immediately. And that's what she does. She just like, little Nancy got hurt. Virginia Vengeance is like, fuck you, how dare you, sir?
She's your first line of defense.
What's that?
She's your first line of defense.
She's my first line of defense. So if I could, listen, at this age, could I please, higher power, get over this character flaw where I would love it. I would love it if I could take a breath and go, hey, does that mean you don't find me as attractive? Or does that make me less special? And then, I feel, or just say, not even that question, maybe just say, oh, that makes me, my little inner insecure child feel less special or less wanted, or
yeah.
Would that be
healing though, that when you share that with someone that you have that wound
Mm.
and that it's there and that you're working on it and that you're acknowledging it and making space for it. And then if that person really cares for you, they'll make space for it too. And they'll acknowledge it too. And then they'll help you. I don't know. I think that is the best thing. And if they don't want to acknowledge it or make space for it, then
move on. Bandy,
Yep. Love you.
Are you a therapist?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's a good
I
point
told
of like,
you, angel on
She's
earth.
one of my therapists.
yeah,
Angel.
you're Nancy, what you just said
Insightful.
about
Very insightful.
being able to take that moment, and that's, I think about that all the time. If whether it's an argument or whatever, if we can just take one moment, take a breath, and then do a clarifying question.
Yeah.
Clarify.
Be curious.
And then have the reaction. I mean, all of our lives would be so much better. But I think what Bandy just said was right. Is like if you ask that clarifying question, and the person's reaction will tell the truth that you really need to know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which is, are you a shitty fucker? Because if what he meant was, yeah, she's hot and you're not, and I want to fuck her, that would come out more in his reaction of you asking for that moment, right? Like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And,
This is all blowing my
and that
mind
would
right
be,
now,
you're
too. I'm
right.
just
That would be
working through
so
it.
freeing and clearly not like, that's just not for me.
Yeah.
That's so great. This is good.
I wonder how he feels about us dissecting your relationship on this podcast.
You're
I
welcome.
met him. I shook his hand.
He does listen too. So he'll probably appreciate it,
What's
actually.
your
'cause-
favorite flower? Do you like chocolate?
Yeah, what do you need to get out here?
What do
Hinting
you
towards
want
it.
out of this? Because I think we can get it for you.
I do want to feel seen, known, and celebrated. But also, this is something that I think really might need to be discussed is, am I, maybe this is a projection about am I monogamy material? I wonder. I actually am starting to ask that about myself. Like that might be a deal breaker for him and something.
That's something we talked about when we were off there a minute ago that I wanted to bring up is like one of the things I found in every relationship I've been in. I was in a 12-year marriage. Before that, I was in like a 6-year relationship and a 4-year. Every time I always felt like there was this wall. There was always a moment where I felt like I kind of stopped growing as a person and I wasn't aware of it until way later. And then the cycle was always, I would destroy the relationship through whatever behavior, almost always cheat, come back, tell the person I cheated. That would eventually just crumble the relationship, and then I would start over. And then I would feel like I was growing again. And there was almost a reward system built in to destroying the relationship because I knew that I was then going to feel free again and grow and all these things. And now I realize that a ton of that came from monogamy, and non-monogamy allows you to continue to reinvent yourself in a way that I never felt able to before. But now I have the freedom to, like, if I change who I am, like, I already know that in this setting, these guys are cool with it. I can change, and they're going to,
they're going to accept
as long as
you.
I'm a loving, respectful person, it's going to be fine.
And we're going to celebrate it.
And celebrate it, yeah.
And they're going to enjoy it because it's interesting.
Yeah.
Because we're not static. Yeah, the fact that, okay, so maybe this is one of your values. Let's talk about your values as a quad, because maybe one of your values is are you growth oriented? Like being growth oriented is kind
Absolutely.
of, not everybody is,
Yeah, I think we all pride ourselves on constant growth. And we strive for constant growth. We always want to be better people.
That's what you've been saying.
There is a dark side to it, though. As you grow more, you start to realize all the other social constructs that are placed upon us, like in the society, that you're just like, fuck the world, fuck it all, burn it down. That might be
Eat the rich.
Yeah, there's a cynicism to it for sure.
So that ignorance is bliss on some degree, but I feel very free from. My whole life has changed since we've even became a quad. Like, I quit my typical 9-to-5 job. I started a business with Bandy because I don't want to go clock in for someone else anymore. I don't want to do it. And I figured it out. And because I was like, that's a social construct I don't want to be under anymore.
Yes.
And so things happen, things will change. And I guess it's not a dark side, but it just, you become more aware of so much bullshit.
Yes, because we have this weird agreement in our culture to go unconscious. So when you're doing something so conscious, it really, I can see it shines that light on that, and that juxtaposition is even bigger. That, or more, what is the word? I don't know. Obvious.
Yeah.
That contrast is more obvious.
Consciousness is exhausting. Damn our incredible enlightenment. It's so tiring. But no, like, I mean, really, I think it is. I have a dark thought now and then where I just wish I was ignorant as fuck. I just wish I was stupid. Sometimes I'll have these flashes of I just wish it all made sense. I wish I looked at the world and was like, yep, looks like everything's working pretty good.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a lot of people are very happy in that ignorance. I don't actually want to be ignorant. But it seems like you just probably sleep better.
I know. I have been I've talked about jealousy, but I have been jealous of people that I'm a Christian Republican. I'm like, I'm fucking jealous that you have just made up your mind and you don't. But then again, I obviously don't want to trade places with them.
No, me neither.
I'm not
but
saying
it seems
nothing against Christian Republicans out there.
Especially if they listen to this podcast.
Can you imagine?
I got a couple things against them.
Well,
that's exactly what I'm saying.
I do love the Christ consciousness. I'm just very eclectic with all ascended masters. I don't know. But what's my point here? I'm just distilling a lot of this. And here's what came to me earlier. When you were talking about sometimes I maybe need a break. How do you get space? Like, that's one of the things in relationships that people trying to balance connection and space, like kind of that breathing of the relationship, coming together, going apart with all these schedules. Do you schedule in solo time, space?
Chainsawing
Do we need to
That's why I just thought of the office. Okay.
reference.
Anyway, no, what I was thinking of, how do you ask for space? This is really, for me, the first thing that just came up with is that Pogue and I, we've lived together most of our relationship, and we recently moved into separate homes. And that was a really difficult thing to realize that was important and needed and wanted, because I loved living with Pogue. It wasn't even a matter of not enjoying the time. We live very well together. I miss it all the time. But in need of, I felt, especially after polyamory and the Quad, just kind of feeling like, I don't know, like I'm blooming and I needed space to bloom, and I wanted to feel like I could be who I am and not who my relationships are. I think a lot of us try to identify ourselves as our relationship, and I really wanted to embrace the idea of just identifying as me, as Evan, not as the Quad or Evan and Pogue or any of that. And so asking for space recently, like that's a new thing. Like I just we moved into separate homes in September, and it's going really well. And I still miss living with Pogue all the time. And I have dreams of us all living on a commune together. And if anybody wants to start a commune,
I do.
Let's go, because
Once I get over my
everything's
jealousy.
terrible. Okay, yes, we can
You
work
can
on
still
that.
come with that. It's
Yeah.
fine. We'll work on it with you.
But yeah, I think
You
being
don't
more
have to be
honest
perfect to be let in.
and
You have no idea how I'm
Yes.
taking that in. I'm
Yeah.
sorry we're
oh
interrupting.
no, commune.
Yeah.
But just
Time
know
out.
we're coming back.
No,
we're putting a
please.
bookmark right there because that is beautiful. Yes. I just
Yes
want
to
to
the
say,
commune?
you said, well, yes to the commune.
Okay.
I have had a fantasy. I mean, one of my I need sanctuary, but I also I love connection, but I also love my sanctuary. And as an artist, and I feel that kinship. I feel we're all artists in our own way, but I just need time. I love my own room. I like waking up, or I go to bed at 3, 4 in the morning. I often edit this podcast till daylight, and I love when I want to create, and I love having my own space. So here's my fantasy. Tell me what you think of this idea. I love the idea of a big fire pit with a bunch of tiny houses around it.
Yes.
Yep.
We're back to wagon train.
Yes.
Oh,
Like,
hell yeah.
like I love
That's
this idea.
pretty much
There's
what
a
we've
kink
talked. I
wagon.
mean,
Talking about
that's
this.
very
You're
close to
in.
what we've
You're
talked
in.
about doing. Like
Yeah.
a very
So-
similar. I want electricity and plumbing.
Okay. All
There's
right.
a shared
A dog park.
barn. Yes.
Okay,
But yeah,
Okay.
share a lot of shared spaces
Oh, I
and
love this.
separate spaces.
Oh, let's keep going. So you want to, what did you say? Dog park?
I said dog park,
We got-
community garden.
Okay. Oh, yes, me too. Community garden. I want a creative barn that is like, even has a performance space. maybe
Yeah.
a couple-
It's an event space.
what
for
do you think
sure.
about a couple of throwing wheels?
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
let's go.
Well, and
That's your dream.
we've gotten, I guess me a little more so, but now everybody, we've gotten a little more into sensible doomsday prepping too since the pandemic. Like none of us are like preppers, but
Yeah.
like we've got rice.
But
and
we're
beans
getting there.
stashed.
We're
We've
getting
got,
there.
Don't tell
like-
people that we don't have any rice. We don't
oh
have
yeah, we don't have any.
I got
But it
jars.
makes
I got
sense,
some
but,
mason
like,
jars of some lentils.
The more we've all talked about this, like it also just makes sense in a practical way of creating your own sustainable community.
And that tricky thing of like how to do it in an egalitarian way and how to get to consensus. But it sounds like this is a good first step in that community. And oh my goodness, I love this idea.
And an orgy tent.
First step, fall in love.
An
Yeah.
orgy tent.
Yeah.
I like
I always
There's
just
no-
I always throw in the orgy tent.
Even if you don't want to go to the orgy, or if you do have jealousy, you can come. Everyone's
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah.
That's the fun part about it. Maybe not everyone.
Not
Not
everyone.
everyone.
Not everyone.
I take it
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, take that. Okay, well, we'll reframe that. And
By
you know-
invitation only. You have an invitation.
I'm not kidding y'all. I actually do have this fantasy of a community of tiny houses where you have your sanctuary
Yes.
and then you have your community house and then you have the big fire pit.
Yes.
Let's do it.
And a
Yeah, and
cre-
that's my
Let's do
favorite
it.
part is a community house. Like I think of like the old school Viking hall, like
Hell
a
yeah.
big dining room
Mead
table
hall.
and like a
Yep.
meeting.
Meat.
Like
Lots
that
of
would be
meat.
such a cool yeah. Like I love that concept.
yeah. Well, well, who knows? If you're listening and you feel aligned with some of the values that you've heard here, maybe you're growth oriented, you want to transcend any kind of repression, self-hatred, jealousy, you want to really vibe on a high frequency and create, I don't know, what if we actually do this? What if we find some land
We've been talking about it pretty seriously for a little bit.
We're capable.
We are capable.
We are. It's all about like honestly, who would you want to share that land like that?
I'm getting
that
truth
space
chills, you
with?
guys. I'm getting truth
I
chills.
love that you say that, by the way.
I think this
the
is
concept.
happening. I actually think this is going to happen.
I have a friend right
Start a
now. I won't
conversation.
mention names or go into any more detail, but like we're not that far from it. Like I have a friend who has land who's already invited us to do, and I'm not saying that's going to be the route, but it's not an unrealistic concept at all.
Not at all. I think it's very doable.
I think
Okay.
a lot of people want that.
You know what? I think that this has been amazing. I mean, this has been amazing. And thank you, Willie, for bringing up jealousy. And I really feel it's important. And thank you for acknowledging that it's normal. And Ashley's just nodding affirmations. Evan with, all the insights. Thank you so much. I'm excited, y'all. I think we're creating something here that we don't even know yet. We know it, but we don't know it. But we're manifesting, and I think that it's going to happen. I'm excited.
Hell yeah. I'm going to start packing.
Yeah, let's just start packing. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Where's our vision for it?
Oh, this.
Yeah,
I just
you-
realized. So this conversation started from you talking about expressing the desire to live separately.
We're
for
talking
me and
about
you.
space. That's
And-
right. We were talking about how to get space when you're in a relationship.
It's worked so good that I forget that it was your idea. When you started talking about it, I was like, yeah, and then I guess I wanted to live separately. And then you said it, and I was like, oh, yeah, that was her idea.
That's how we do
And
it.
I was really scared of it, but I remember, like, it's worked so good. Like, living separately has made me just, like, desperately want to live with you again, which is one of the things I wanted to happen. I wanted it to be, like, you just get stale sometimes when it's too easy. You become, like, roommates to a degree. That's just gone now.
And
Anyway,
also,
sorry.
and what about the feeling, especially in marriage, I will say this, the feeling of obligatory sex.
Mm.
Like you want it to be a gift, like every time,
Totally.
like a gift to each other. Like, let's give each other this. And instead of like, I guess it's time we should do that, thing,
Yeah,
or not
ugh.
being able to really organically come together.
Yeah.
And I love that intentionality of it too. Like, I can be with you, and I'm with you because I want to be with you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not because we happen to be housemates and I have to put up with this when I'm actually needing some private time or private time. That's, but or private time.
Did you talk about us in separate rooms?
Mm-mm.
Oh, do you have your own sanctuaries?
So we have a tiny. It's not an actual tiny house on wheels, but it's a small house, like 850 square feet. We lived in the same bedroom together forever, and so just like normal as you do, we are married. We lived in the same room, and that's how we did things. And anyways, we decided there was a period in our relationship with all of this in the quad. We decided to be non-hierarchical, and by doing so, it's like, hey, we both felt a little bit of sense of guilt of being like, you're number one, you're number two, like kind of thing, like because she's my wife and she's my girlfriend. So we're non-hierarchical in the sense like I love everybody equally, even Pogue, I love you.
No, you too.
And
I feel the same way.
I don't like the pressure to feel like I need to put anyone first. Like if I love you, I want to love you how it feels good to love you. And I will love each and every one of you like that. But back to our own rooms.
That wasn't me trying to tell you. That was just your hand might touch the cord.
Oh,
Sorry, that wasn't me
I keep
trying
doing
to
it
like
too. I know, it's
orchestrate
really
what you
hard.
were
I
saying.
can't
I was watching that too. I was like, okay, what's going on there?
Boys just really want to touch.
the boys just really want to touch.
Boys just want to touch mics. Okay.
So yeah, anyways, shortly after that, we decided it's a 2-bedroom house, tiny little place, and was like, okay, well, rather than have that other room as just random storage, I'm gonna move into there. And we still, at least more than half the week, we spend the night with each other in our own, in one of our beds. But it's also nice to have that space. It's also nice to, even though we live under the same roof, it's nice. I remember when it happened, all I could think was like, I remember like grandparents and stuff when they get older and they're like, oh, like I can't stand sleeping with your
Neither of us has a
grandfather.
CPAP yet, so we're living in separate rooms.
Yeah.
The old CPAP.
So, but it's nice. It's good. It feels good. And so y'all have Bandy and Pogue here. They have their own place, so they get that space, and then they get to spend the night with each other at each other's place, however they want for that connection. Me and Ashley live under the same roof, so between the 3 places we have, there's plenty of time to have our own space or to have together. I could have alone time with just me and Bandy. I could have alone time with me and Ashley, and now me and Pogue are starting to rock climb together.
Cool.
Pretty soon we'll be 69ing.
That's your plan, isn't it?
Yeah, all
All
on.
time.
the whole-
Let's
It's a
quote
lot.
unquote go to the
Yeah,
gym.
quad, long con.
What's your safe word? On belay.
But a big part of why that all works so good is we very luckily all live just a few blocks from each other, so our places are very close.
Oh, so you're
This would
almost-
not be
We can-
nearly as
Taking
cool.
over the
if it
neighborhood.
was.
Yeah, we're within a block of each other.
Oh, that really helps, doesn't it?
But
Huge,
check this
huge
out.
help. Very lucky.
I just thought about this. If we were to gather all our rents and mortgages, we're easily over the $5,000 mark. Why the hell aren't we just saying fuck it to all?
I've been saying this for years.
And let's go
I've been
get
saying this for years.
a little
commune.
let's go get a little piece of
Yeah.
property and do this thing.
Also,
I love it.
Quansion.
Quansion.
What?
Quansion.
What?
Quansion. It's
It's a
our
quad
fantasy. It's a
mansion.
Quad
quad
mansion.
mansion.
Oh, the Quansion.
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 Oh, I like that too.
Yeah, I
Sounds like
know.
a lot of cleaning.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of dusting.
Good thing we own a cleaning business.
we
It's them.
That-
That's
that-
their business.
That's your business? Oh, that's a great.
oh, so we're gonna
Oh
go
my
right-
God!
we
I'm
won't even
so,
have to
please do not look down in this house. All right. I was like, I was gonna vacuum, but don't even look down. All right. Well, listen, here we are at another wonderful. This went so fast. Another hour, and actually, I felt some healing happen here on my jealousy.
I love that.
I'm gonna keep looking at it, and I love this idea. I'm seeing a vision. I'm seeing some commune, tiny house, community garden, creative spaces. Also, like, can we just have like 2 mountain bikes that we share? You know what I
For
mean? Like
sure.
we share
Yeah.
equipment,
Yeah.
All of
Yeah.
our toys. we
Yeah.
share all of our toys.
Not all, but most of our toys.
Yeah.
There's so many positive things to a community like that you're sharing so much responsibility and so much stuff you're sharing and all that. I don't know. It's awesome. Very exciting.
And the communication that it would, like the
Mm.
consensus and communication that would raise that awareness of.
And imagine too, at any point, any one of us can be like, I really want to go travel to this place, but I have all these responsibilities. I have this garden. I have these dogs. We all got you back.
Man, the idea of someone helping me with my dog feels so good. Somebody that loves
Yeah,
her.
we're all
God,
dog
that is
people.
how-
My
We will-
dog.
We can all win.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can all win. That's what I
Yes.
need to remember. That it's not one, like, yeah, there's no one person has to lose or anybody has to lose. We can all win.
Right.
In closing, thank you so much. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Bandy. Thank you, Willie. Thank you, Pogue. And we are comedians. I know that but you all were so in the moment and no one's valued higher than others. However, let's help people connect with your comedy. Do you have album out there? Do you have any or Instagram? Or?
Nah, I mean, Instagram. Kyle Pogue is very funny, but I'm a. Well, yeah, we're not really doing. We have a thing called Fat, Drunk, and Stupid that Bandy and I do together, where we just take pictures and videos of us drinking and then eating awesome food related to debaucherous times. That's something we're probably going to develop more. I like that, but
Fat, Drunk, and Stupid.
yeah, Fat, Drunk, and Stupid on
Okay.
Instagram. I guess
On Instagram,
that's
it's
a
on there
plug.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
if we don't keep it up, and it's
It's chaotic.
it's kind of chaotic bullshit. So if you're in the mood for that.
All right. And then what? Hey, Ashley, anything you want to promote? You're an occupational therapist. Are you self-employed or do you?
I am self-employed. I'm kind of working both. I'm working for a big hospital system, but I'm also doing home health, mobile outpatient.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with Inspire Home Health. So,
Inspire Home Health. And so people can come to you for different
yep, at Ashley Kindle.
at Ashley Kindle
Mhm.
on what? On
Instagram.
Instagram at Ashley Kindle. KIND.
ELL. Well, let me spell the whole thing for you.
Okay, right.
Oh yeah.
ASHLEIGHKINDELLE.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's good. I'll put a link to that in the
Okay.
show notes so people can find you. That's
Yeah,
great
yeah.
service. Are you
Fort Collins, Loveland, Windsor, the northern Colorado.
Northern Colorado?
Mhm.
We'll fly to New Zealand if the opportunity
I
came
mean,
up, you know,
yeah.
right? And And how about Bandy? Anything? You mentioned Fat, Drunk, and Stupid, but what else? You're up to a lot of things. I can tell.
Oh, well, I co-own the House Bunny, which a whole another episode. I have a lot of trauma rooted in cleaning or not being clean. But anyway, decided to start a cleaning business. So we own that. That's called the House Bunny.
You and Willie own that together.
Willie and I own
the
that
House
together.
Bunny.
The House Bunny.
And then where? So thehousebunny.com or
it's the House Bunny Foco on Instagram or thehousebunnyfoco.com. It's a very non-judgmental cleaning service that is hopefully accessible to our community, where people can feel safe in having a stranger in their home, and also not judge the status of their home. It's really,
She'll clean your bong.
and I will also clean your bong.
You know, and Bandy, I got to tell you, my friend has a cleaning business here in Boulder Valley, and she came to my house once. I hired her, and then she did shame me during the house. She's like, Nance, there's people who dust and those who don't. And I was just like, yep, I dust. And then she was like, like that. And I was like, but I mean, I have before.
I would never.
We are not having her back. But
Oh yeah.
I just live with the dust. I mean, I'd
That's
rather live with the dust
fine.
than the shame, but I don't know that I have to choose. But I thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
The House Bunny
The House Bunny.
for Fort Collins, Colorado.
Northern Colorado as well.
Northern, kind of same.
Same
Okay.
thing.
Yeah. And Willie,
Then I'm getting into a new venture here with support from the whole Quad. You can find it on Instagram at roomtemp.mycology, and it's basically growing magic mushrooms at your house accessible to anyone and everyone.
okay, I'm gonna hit my applause button. Woo! All right, I just have to tell you, so psychedelic therapy has been so healing for me. Obviously, I still have room to grow.
That's
Thank
sweet.
you.
Yeah. And so basically what we're going to be offering is grow kits of different sizes and different levels of how much people want to get involved in the process, but also just allow them to grow their own medicine at home. Make it very easy and fun.
Yeah, and so accessible.
And accessible, yeah.
Thank you so much for doing that. Tell me the name of it again. I'm going to put it in the show links.
Yeah, it's at roomtemp mycology. And so that's starting to work on the website. We'll probably have a launch here in May. And I don't know if I can say this, but we'll be at the next Dose Show.
Oh yeah, we're going to be at the Dose Show in March.
Me too.
I'm on it with you.
Yeah.
I'm performing, and then we're going to have a room temp table set up
Yep.
It's
And
a soft
for
launch.
people.
So we're gonna have a booth
Yes,
and
soft
everything.
launch.
Yeah.
That's hey, this whole podcast has been a soft launch.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to get there.
Hey,
But listen,
Has it though?
I'll mail you some kits too, so you can try them out.
oh, I would love this.
And I'm going to plug, because I know Willie's too modest to say, because this is like it's very trendy right now. Magic mushrooms, everybody's getting into it. He's a master grower. He's been doing it for years and years and years, and everything he's doing. And you'll see that on the Instagram page. He's very high level at what he's doing. It's really cool. It's very
really cool. And y'all, I feel this. I mean, obviously, I'm a huge fan. I'm really new to it, but everything I've learned about it is this is something that could literally heal the earth
Yeah, I agree.
and all her occupants.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be amazing if we could get everyone to grow and eat their magic mushrooms and know the wisdom that the earth has brought us?
In our
Ah.
commune.
And then, while we're on our commune, well, the commune that'll just be if everybody, oh my gosh, if everybody just lives sustainably on their own.
Down with capitalism.
Yeah.
Eat the rich.
Yeah, yes. Down with capitalism. Oh my gosh. I know. I do fantasize about the whole system just crashing and like, oh, that will be something. All right. Well, okay. I
Meet
never
us at the Costco in Loveland. That's where we'll be.
looting.
Nope, running that shit.
Ours now.
The Costco? What? What did I miss?
We're going to take over a Costco.
That's my zombie.
You know what? We
that's
were
my
already
zombie
planning
plan.
it
The
before that.
zombie apocalypse is at the Costco. I love it. Oh gosh, how many pairs of khaki pants can we wear? Y'all, thank you so much. Thanks for being a part of Traumedy and a part of the evolution of souls.
Yeah, thanks for having us. This is awesome. We love you.
So
Yeah, we
amazing.
love you.
Woo! Peace and love.
That was great.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
Once again, I want to thank my guest, the Quad, on the pod. What an amazing opportunity to hear all these things that are possible outside of the paradigm of coupling and living. You know, I'm excited about the possibility. I like the idea of tiny house communities. All right, and I want to thank my son, Nathaniel Norton, for putting together the music for Traumedy. I do encourage you to check out my link tree in the show notes if you want to come to a Nurses Off the Charts show. I'm telling you, these stories that we're hearing are amazing. We do not violate any HIPAA regulations, but we get close. We actually are expressing vicarious trauma, which is so important to healthcare workers to avoid compassion fatigue and stay strong and healthy. Get that energy out of your body that's stuck there and laugh and then move on. Every Tuesday, a new episode. Traumedy Tuesdays. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Unless you're listening on Wednesday, in which case, have a great 6 days. No matter what, keep laughing.